Alive. Welcome, everybody.
Hello, hello.
Hi. How are you all? Baronade, I can't see you behind literally everything, but I know that you're back there.
Hi.
Just look at the frame.
Quite literally, if I want to look at Baronade, he's through the monitor. So
It'll be easier than being like,
I'm
like an archivist, like in a library or something behind your shelf.
Oh dear, hang on, I got my glasses on so I can actually read the shit that I'm doing. Yes. Welcome, everybody. Hi, welcome back to Bardic Tales, Fellbrush Ascension. We fucked up. We fucked up because I fucked up. I forgot that it's not a default setting, which is ridiculous. It's not a default setting to save the VODs. So the last episode is lost. Forever. So if you were there, congrats. You were the only people in history who will ever see it. Congratulations. But yes, that is just what we're working with. We are back for episode 2. I'm not gonna ramble on. I don't think I've got many things that I have to make note of this time, so I'm going to hand it over to Mahez, who is going to give us a recap of the first episode.
Hello, if you were here during episode 1, I was introduced. I'm Mahez, also known as Mahez_Samwalker, fellow Twitch streamer, fellow D&D nerd. Last week, during episode 1, you were introduced to all the characters. I'll get, the players that are on camera at least to give a quick wave when I mention their names. You were introduced to Shade, played by Baronade. He's, fellow streamer as well, but we'll skip over that bit. The voice from the Beyond, Bob, playing Hydrogen Peroxide. You have Chase, to my right, playing Koichi. And unfortunately, our other player wasn't able to make it this session. We had Draza, who was playing Sprout, and myself playing Greed. You were introduced to us actually in alphabetical order, funnily enough, so it did go Baronade, Bob, Chase, Draza, and then me last. Last session, as we all went about things. 3 of the characters were locals, so they hit up the Adventurers Guild. Myself and Draza, however, having only just arrived in town, went about our own, shenanigans. I was restocking on herbs. Draza decided to make some inquiries about the merchant, about some weird happenings about the town. While in the Adventurers Guild, Koichi and Hydrogen watched Paige try and talk with the receptionist at the front of the Adventurers Guild, to no avail. She was having a bad day. But yes, Sprout and myself noticed a caravan passing through to the upper district of the town that we're currently in, because apparently the circus was in town. We decided to watch the thoroughfare, as many others were, when all of a sudden one of the people burst from one of the carriages, and the carriage went boom in a giant ball of green fire. I rushed in to, start distributing first aid as the rest of the party caught up. Koichi, having seen fire like this before, had some PTSD issues, but those eventually came good, and we all met up together to fight a cave bear, I believe it was. But that was not before, that was after Sprout tried to trip up one of the people who ran from the explosion. After dealing with the cave bear, which was an unfortunate circumstance, but what could you do? We were met by Ashtok, I believe his name is?
Ashtok Strong.
Yes, Ashtok Strong, the guildmaster of this city, who asked us to investigate the blacksmithy, Susie, because her smithy had fallen into the ground during the explosion. So he wanted us to go see how she fared, whether or not she was alive, so on and so forth. We did that. Well, we went to investigate the smithy. Somebody nearly decided to jump down a 50-foot hole.
I wonder who that was.
I actually did decide to, but I was stopped.
Lucky for him. Anyway. But yes, we found the smithy. We went in. We found the assistant, who was a little worse for the wear, but we patched him up, got him good. We went into a tunnel system. Naturally occurring tunnel system that the Susie had fallen down and eventually came across her, who had been injured by a cave-in. At which point we heard some strange sounds coming from further down the tunnel, and some of us decided to investigate. Upon reaching the end of this naturally occurring tunnel, we came across a mining operation. At which point, one of our party decided to go see if he could investigate further, find out what they were doing, and was promptly arrested.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, no. To be more precise, he
Sorry,
sat there, insulted them, was asked to leave, kept insulting them, and then was arrested.
Giving the cliff notes, but you know. The rest of us headed back down the tunnel to report into the Guildmaster, with one of us headed off in the direction of the guard captain's house, because that was where intelligence led him, and the others were following Susie into a bar, I believe.
I believe so, yes.
And that's where we ended the session.
That is where we ended the session.
I believe that covers everything in a roundabout way.
No, 100%.
I was trying to
100%.
summarize as quickly as possible because, you know, we're running a little behind.
We are running a little behind, but that's okay because we're running a little late.
But I will give you those notes back.
Thank you. I need them. My brain has very briefly just jumped out the window. But yes, no, so that's where you are. Where to start? You know what's funny? I left my notes for this session upstairs like a dickhead. So, you know what? I'm gonna... Oh god, I'm blowing out that microphone terribly. I'm gonna go upstairs and grab my notes while you all chat amongst yourselves.
Alright.
And plot my demise.
Well, I've got my new character back ready.
Okay, so about his demise.
Actually, while we're here and while he's taking a moment, viewers at home, whether you're watching this episode live or whether or not you're catching up after the fact, now that we are properly recording the episodes, we have double and triple checked that. You may notice that we have some nice, lovely updated maps. We have gotten a cartographer of sorts to make maps for us, for which we are ever thankful. We also have some lovely new art for the channel that is from a different friend of ours that was done as a gift, and it looks lovely. We aren't sure whether they want to be named on stream, so
We don't know if they want to be associated with this production.
Yeah, they made shit for us, but we're not sure if that's the extent of their contribution or whether they're...
yeah. But we are thankful all the same. But yes, more channel updates will be following as time goes on. But yes, we have lovely maps and a lovely new, channel icon to go with the channel. And I believe that's, everything I needed to say to keep the things rolling until you got back, unless you need more time.
No, that's it. But, Shade, tell me something.
Something.
Are you missing anything?
Am I missing anything?
Yeah.
You mean in my inventory?
No, like, right in front of you.
Not that I would make use of unless you're talking about the character sheet.
I am talking about the character sheet that you don't have in front of you.
Thank you. I'll
Um,
give this physical copy.
I mean, it was specifically printed out for you to reference, so...
That's okay. I've got a duplicate reference as well.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I've got the physical copies here in my folder just in case.
Yep, I appreciate it. Thank you.
I don't know what that is, but I'm certain it's not relevant because I can't reach it. If it is relevant,
You're gonna have to reach it.
I have to reach it. I'm also gonna need a pen at some point, which is also upstairs.
Pen or pencil?
No pen. I'm wasting time on a pencil on something that I can just make a mess of. It's not like the character sheet. But yes, I did have them going first. So the voice is there. Yes.
Yes, the voice is here.
Yes.
Yes, I did see.
Apparently, Captain Walls
Right.
is here as well.
Very nice, very nice. My brain has just yeeted again. Give me a sec. Action. That's right. So Sprout. Sprout will split off from Shade and Koichi.
He's doing his drugs now.
Sprout has
Sprouted.
decided that there's something that they want to investigate, and that's where they're heading for the moment.
Okay.
But Koichi, Shade, you follow Susie into the tavern.
Apparently, my brain had gone to Susie Q, not. So my brain was just,
Shade follows. Shade is keeping an eye out. He particularly wants to know why Susie is in such a hurry.
Roll me history.
A history check, okay. Alright.
You want me to do the same?
A really bad roll.
Yeah, you can actually. Yes,
It's an 8.
that's an 8. You know, you're not quite sure.
Yeah. 17.
17. What monetary class were you? Low, middle, high. I had a note for that somewhere.
What's that? You need that stuff that was out of reach?
No, I don't. I don't. It's a different page. Hang on. I've got it here somewhere.
Oh.
I don't have it here. How did I not write that down? That's important.
No, it's not. That would be important. Ugh.
We love this. We love the unpreparedness of just me in
I
general.
think it was just like modest.
I think it was no, he was a highborn. Sold off to a highborn family.
Oh, right, yes.
Yes.
Wait, if you're sold off to a highborn family, then
Your monetary value, your status goes to whatever that family's is. Though you're still treated worse within the family, you are seen as still one of them, technically. Plus, I know stuff about his family that no one else does.
of course you're the GM. You should know plenty of things we don't.
Yes. So you would know of the Heart of Ale, which is the tavern you're about to enter. And rumor in the higher quarters is that the gentleman working at the Heart of Ale is married to a blacksmith. But yes, do you both follow in?
Following it.
So immediately you walk in, you hear a door close in the back corner. Tavern is empty, however.
Does it look like it's closed?
It looks like it wasn't closed.
So it's just completely unpopulated. It's just no customers.
Well, it kind of does.
Looks like a lot of
You
people
know.
left in a rush.
Yes.
May I begin an investigation as to potentially figuring out why that's the case?
You've got a feeling that maybe the explosion that went off, just down the road might have something to do with that.
Nobody was like, it's nothing. I'll keep drinking my beer.
Speaking of, for my benefit, and
but
so that way I
I'm
can
trying
show
to
them
not
if
do it
it needs reference, can you ping roughly where on the map
I
it
can.
would be?
I can.
Now that we have a, nice detailed map.
So, the blacksmiths that you were at
Yep.
was here.
Oh, yep.
Yeah. It went off right next door. The tavern that you are at is this building here.
Right, so there could be a good reason why people...
Yeah, funnily enough.
For Barry's reference, the blacksmiths was this building up here. The tavern you guys have gone to is down here. That's fire.
Yeah.
That's the, a good chunk of the park ablaze.
The math adds up.
And that fire is spreading at this stage.
Maybe we should also flee.
You might do.
Is there anything else you want to do in this building? You've determined the cause as to why there doesn't seem to be many people around.
Biggest mystery.
I'm glad we got to the bottom of that case. Mark that one as solved on our record.
So, is it just us two in there, or did she go through a door?
You heard a door close at the back. You don't know where that door goes.
Investigate that. Say door.
You go over to the door, you open it up, and you see a staircase that leads downwards into a basement.
I'm gonna cautiously head down into the...
I will cautiously follow behind, just in case.
Both of you roll me perception.
15.
17.
You can hear whispering voices, small bits of chatter here and there as you go down.
Keep heading down.
Keep heading down. Yeah, you head down, you turn a corner, and it looks like a whole bunch of people taking shelter underneath the tavern. Yeah. Seems like it's a panic room of some sorts, just to hide people in case of, I don't know, a bomb going off next door or something. Just in case something happens. Yeah, they're just everyone who was up having a drink, they've all dropped their drinks and they've run downstairs and just hid out in the panic room. You see Susie over with what seems to be the barkeeper, hugging him, seemingly very happy to see him. Yeah.
While we're down here, do we see the guildmaster here as well, or just
The guildmaster is not here.
okay?
there anything else you'd like to do while you're down here?
I will follow Koichi's lead. If Koichi looks like he wants to stay, I'll stay. But if he looks ready to go, I'll go as well.
I'm not there. I've fucked up somewhere else.
Mm-hmm. Alright, we'll come back.
Yep.
Hydrogen!
Yes.
You're in a cell.
Mm.
You've been thrown into a cell, your contents dumped out in the corner, thrown about, and you've been locked up.
I'm gonna tidy up my stuff,
Mm-hmm.
grab my pan flute, and just start playing like I don't care.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Roll me performance.
At 20.
At 20.
Ooh,
Okay.
total of 26.
So they let you play for about 5 minutes before eventually one of them goes over to you. Oi! Shut that racket up. Filthy lowborn. And walks up.
Relative to the rest of the level.
I will do a little sign off
Mhm.
on the pan flute that's actually designed to summon a bird that works for.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm gonna take another performance check from you.
Total of 20. Dirty 20.
Yeah. Yep. You set it up without fail. Takes a while, but eventually a small crow lands on your windowsill.
So in the time it takes for it to get there, I'm going to write a little note using parchment and ink from my equipment. Roll it up, using sleight of hand, and then when the bird arrives, attach it to the bird.
Okay. Um. Yeah, just give me one sleight of hand.
Total of 19.
Goes off that issue. Not a problem.
Yeah.
And what does this note say?
It's informing my employers,
Mhm.
My current location and predicament,
Mm-hmm.
as well as what I learned in the tunnel, and my suspicions.
Mm-hmm.
And a polite request that, if possible, that I be extricated from imprisonment so I can continue my work.
Mm-hmm.
If not, I will just wait out here until I am let go for whatever reason. Because apart from being a little mouthy before, there's no reason to hold me.
If only it were that simple.
Yeah, I know.
But yes, we'll come back to that. Greet.
Yep.
You were heading towards the town guard's quarters. Well,
Yes. The
main office,
town
main
guard's
branch, yeah.
guardhouse.
Yep.
Not the royal guard's guardhouse.
As you're walking,
Oh, who said walking? I'm joining that shit.
well, yeah. As you're on foot, so you are heading here.
Yep.
as you are on your way down there, roll me perception.
Uh, 22.
Yeah,
Oh, sorry, 23.
23? Okay. You look around. It's very clear that was not the only bomb that went off. There's more fires in larger areas all around the city, much more than what that one blast did. Clearly something happened. With 23, you'll also note that nothing went off in the lower district. At all.
I'm going to keep a mental note of that and keep heading for the guardhouse at the moment, because basically we were given a task by the guildmaster. We've completed that task before doing anything else. I want to make sure that's squared away.
Yeah. That's fine.
If I come across injured people, I'll basically, if it's minor burns and stuff, I'll give them a bit of the burn salve.
Yep.
Because I'm literally just making more of that as I'm running. Well, jogging.
Roll me medicine.
24.
Ah, yeah. Yeah, no issue at all. Been doing it for years. Yep, you make your way in. You get into the guardhouse. Eventually, the doorway is crammed full of people. It seems like a lot of people have been coming here for healing, for just injury treatment, things like that. Most of it is burns. You're finally able to get in. You see, most notable to you is a few town guards talking to someone who clearly outranks them, and quite a lot of healers throughout this bit of a hall, and sort of one that seems to be kind of hiding in the back corner a bit.
I'll take note of the one that's hiding, but first things first, I'm going to head for the guy that's looking like he's, giving orders or she's giving orders.
Yeah. He is giving orders. He is a... Give me a sec. I have to double check this. He's an Amethyst Dragonborn.
Yep.
What
are you looking at me for?
And he's
Built like a brick shit house?
kind of. But yes, he's giving orders.
Yep.
Telling people where to go, where needs the most help. Either he's giving orders to put out fires, or bring injured people back, or take them to certain locations around the city. Takes you a bit to get his attention.
I'd be waiting for a moment where it seems like there's a lull.
He's seen you,
A lull, eh?
but yeah, he's very busy.
Yep.
And as he's rushing over doing things, he sort of looks across. How can I help? Please be
sorry, my name's Greet. I'm fresh to town. I was near.
Oh, yes, you.
I'll talk about that later. I was given a task by the guildmaster. I was looking for him to let him know I completed it, and then trying to find out where I'd be of most use. I'm a druid.
Yep,
And
I am aware of your capabilities as well as your interests. Well, look, I'm not sure where Avstrik is right now. If you could help some of these people in the back, that would be fantastic.
Not a problem. And It's, I'm assuming you have a well-stocked medicine cupboard, being a guardhouse.
As well stocked as we can get down here.
And then I'm just going to nod and let him get back to work, and I'm going to start. Whoever looks like they're not being treated is who.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm assuming I would notice rather quickly while I was waiting that there is also a class system somewhat to how people are being healed.
Not here.
Not here. In which
Not here.
case, yeah, I'm just going to dive in head first and
Mm-hmm.
still kind of keeping an eye on that healer that seems to be.
She seems to be keeping an eye on you.
And yeah, again, it's going to be mainly poultices, herbs, anything to help either numb the pain or treat the burns.
Yep.
If anything, if some of the other healers look like they're not sure about some of the stuff they're making, I'll help them out as well. Like, I was trained for battle medicine, so.
Yep. You're doing that. You're waiting. What are you two doing?
I'll take whatever sort of rest I can get while I'm waiting.
Mm-hmm. Yep. You can take a short rest.
We'll walk up to her and ask if she knows anything about the Green Flames, what actually happened.
I haven't got a clue. 1 minute I was hammering something. It was a new sword I'm making. The next thing I know, the world's green and burning, and I'm falling. It happened so damn fast. No clue.
You didn't see anything at all?
Well, I saw the hole open up underneath my feet. I saw a lot of fire. That's it.
Is there anyone in this town that you know that I could talk to that might know anything about this?
Check with the guards. They might know something. I hope. But around here, who knows?
Do you know where the guildmaster is? I haven't seen him. No.
Been underground. In a hole. I have no clue. But again, he works closely with the guards, so maybe they know something.
Is there by any chance, while I'm like listening to this conversation, is there anybody in this below the tavern, this hold, that looks like they might be a guard, either off duty or on?
Roll me perception.
Ooh, that's a 21.
Well,
I'm peering.
there's a couple of more mercenary types, but not so much guards.
Okay, I'll go up to the mercenary type anyway and just kind of ask a question as well. Would you happen to know anything about the origin of this explosion above? Or your best guess for if there was somebody to instigate such an event, who that might be?
Look, if you ask me, it was probably those filthy lowborns. You know what they're like.
Whoa there.
Eat our food, live in our city, and then blow it up.
Would I, from the guard, from the mercenary type, saying that, would I be able to, would I have a realization of like, oh yeah, it was targeted. It didn't seem like there was, like the explosion didn't stretch past into the very lowest echelon, was it?
As far as you're aware, only one went off, and that was the one that was
Okay.
at the checkpoint between.
So actually, yeah, that's just the
The
one
middle
explosion.
and
It
high.
just looks like a freak accident for now. Okay. Thank you for your contribution. And that's it. I'll leave it at that. I don't think I can. If I'm looking around and I can't see anything suspicious, then I'll probably look to Koichi and say, "Look, I'm gonna try head back upstairs and maybe head to the Adventurers Guild and see if we can get any information about the whereabouts of the guild master. I would like to see him as well.
I'll come with you. Then, yeah. Then tell him to rest easy.
As you head up, you head outside. As you start walking to the Adventurers Guild, if you could both make me perception checks.
17.
15.
Yeah, so you also notice that, yeah, quite a lot of, quite a lot more of these explosions have happened all around the city. There's a lot more.
Quite a lot more.
Yeah.
In the realm of like one or two, or does it look like there's like dozens of them? Like on what kind of a scale are we talking?
Would you roll perception?
Again.
What
What
did
did I
you
roll? 17.
17? Definitely at least 4 more went off
Okay.
that you can tell.
And is there anything, if we're walking past and we're seeing like there's the flames around and we can see the remnants of these explosions, can I kind of keep an eye out for like, okay, is there a pattern to these explosions? Can I notice anything that's similar? I'm going to keep an eye out for that. So if there's anything that stands out to me.
Being a local,
Yeah.
you know where the lower district is.
Mm-hmm.
You can also clearly see nothing went off in the lower district at all.
I'll point it out to Koichi as well. I'll say, it doesn't look like anything went off in the lower district. Maybe we should look there later as well.
Sorry, don't mind my brain. Just ejecting every now and then.
Your brain all over the table. It keeps shifting.
Look,
I was
I
about to
can't
say,
help it.
welcome to
It got
GMing.
excited.
Your brain quite frequently launches itself into the stratosphere.
Okay, I will.
Yeah.
I'll look to
Yeah.
Koichi in that case, and I'll say, actually, do you hear that in the lower district? I'll say, look,
roll for initiative.
after we visit the guild, I think I'll head to the lower district to investigate. Maybe ask around, see if the guards know anything, seen any suspicious behavior. What are your thoughts, Koichi?
Never thought I'd see this happen again.
Again. The disembodied voice is very animated for it being disembodied.
That's half the point.
I guess while we're walking, I'll kind of explain the last time it happened.
Okay, would I have been aware of this? Is like new information to me.
This is new information to you, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Was there anything similar about the last time to this time, Koichi?
Younger, the servant was having dinner and then just it was so quick. The place lit up. While running, all I could see was green flames from the building. Just never thought I'd see it happen again.
Okay. Was it ever known to you who caused the explosion in your past?
Just quickly.
Okay. Now I would like to add to my list of things I'm looking out for is anybody who has weird reactions to seeing Koichi, maybe as well. Just on this as a side note.
That's fine. Hydrogen,
Yes.
you're in your cell.
Resting, keeping an eye where the bird might land.
What bird? Ashtik Strom is in the cell with you.
Oh,
You didn't see him come in. But he's standing next to you.
hi.
Getting yourself in trouble already, are we?
Yeah, well, you know I gotta push the line sometimes, and I don't like being told what to do.
Yes, well, listen to me when I tell you what to do. Butt out of that one. Now, I have been given permission to let you out You are not to go back there.
Well, I won't go back there on purpose.
You are not to go back there. By order of your employer.
That's fair. Like I said, I won't go back there on purpose, but if I happen to get dragged there unconscious or something, it's nothing I can do about that particular one.
Make sure it doesn't happen. Anyway, you may go. You were at the Adventurers Guild earlier today, weren't you?
Yes, I was.
What was your business there?
Looking for potential recruits for my work.
Right. Well, I don't know how you're going to go in that regard, but
Yes,
we
no.
may have work for you if
No.
you're interested.
Well, of course, I'm always interested. But yes, none of them seemed particularly interesting.
Very much so.
Head down to the town guardhouse. We'll discuss more there.
Very well. I'll gather my stuff up and start walking down.
He unlocks the door for you, opens it up, and no sooner do you turn to go through the door, he's just gone.
That's fine. I know him.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, I'll make my way down there. At a leisurely jog.
Mhm.
I assume my spell would have well and truly worn off by now. I can't recast it.
Yep.
Until I have a long rest. So this is going to be interesting.
Koichi and Shay,
Yes.
as you open the door to the guardhouse, to the Adventurers Guild. Patrick Strom is just standing in front of you. Hello, you two.
Hello.
How are you?
Dressed.
Mm.
I'll look to Koichi.
Yeah. Not a great day, I guess.
Understatement. Now, well, I'm very busy, so I'll make this quick. You both were in here earlier today. What was your business?
I was mostly coming because I hadn't eaten yet.
Oh, I'll pull out an apple, one ration essentially, and I'll hand it over. Here you go. I have plenty of these.
I'll eat later.
Okay. Well, you know where to find it if you need it. And I'll put it back into my coat pocket.
Currently having
I'll open my coat. It'll have like a bunch of apples kind of all strapped to the coat, and I'll.
Comfortable, I guess.
You, I might have work for you both, if you're interested.
Always.
Alright. Head to the town guardhouse. I'll meet you there. He closes the door.
To the guardhouse.
We'll check out the
And
studio.
greet.
Yep.
As you're doing your work, helping people, you hear a voice next to you. Thank you for helping.
Oh. I was about to say something very rude to you, but you're welcome, and then get back to doing what I was doing.
Now, I may have work for you, if you're interested. We're stretched thin just trying to keep the city together. An outsider like yourself may have a unique way of looking at everything.
I have one question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Is Alchemist's Fire any cheaper on this plane than it is where I'd be from?
Depends who you know. Things like this, people are figuring out new ways to make new compounds.
Experimentation still requires funding, though.
It's definitely expensive, but it's
And I'm just going to look at him and go, yes, but that's kind of my point, if you understand what I'm getting at.
I understand what you're getting at.
Seen how people react to me and I'm an outsider. Also seen how they react to certain types of the locals. I don't think the certain type of the locals could have funded this.
Which is why I wanted an outsider's perspective. Because I want to know who really did. Now, we have the circus master in a cell. Here. I think it would be beneficial for you and the fellows you were working with just now to learn the art of interrogation. If you wish to.
I may leave it to the others when they arrive. They're still wounded coming through the door.
Very well. And takes you guys are pretty close, takes you about 20 minutes to get there. It takes a bit longer. You get there in about an hour.
Even though I have all the shortcuts, I probably do.
A fair chunk of the shortcuts, I imagine, would be wreathed in fire at the moment.
Some of them are.
Yeah. There's also the fact that one of my favorite shortcuts I can't use at the moment. Because I need a long rest.
But yes, you all eventually round up at the guardhouse, except noting Sprout, who was with you, is not there at the moment.
Yep.
It comes up to you. Good, we're all here. Now again, at any point, any of you does not wish to follow this path, you are not being forced to be here. But if you are, follow me, and he'll head off down to a stairwell that leads down.
They're still wounded coming through.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not stopping what I'm doing.
Okay.
Basically, I'll give these guys a visual once-over. None of them are too badly burnt or anything when they come through. And you, I don't even know from a bar, so
Exactly.
you come through, and I just assume you're part of the garden retinue, but just weirdly dressed.
I follow because I want to know if this will lead me to any more answers.
I follow as well.
I'm dressed to blend in, basically. But yes, I follow in and they have no idea. But
The three of you head down, and in a cell, you see a man dressed very strangely. But Ashtik says to you, "This is the circus master. He was leading the convoy that rode through our city and blew up our border. Ask your questions."
Do you have any idea who could possibly be responsible for planting these explosives on your entourage?
It wasn't us. That was a different caravan. They weren't with us.
Okay, can I immediately start lie detecting this? Are we is this person being truthful with us?
Roll me insight.
Okay. It's a 17.
17?
Yeah, and I'm just trying to look for can I tell that he's being earnest, or does it look like he's hiding something? Even if he's not overtly lying, I just want to know if he can be trusted to give us a good account. But
Hard to say. He
hard.
maybe seems truthful.
Okay.
Could be.
I'll remain cautiously suspicious, given the circumstances.
Mhm.
It wasn't with you, yet nobody noticed it until it exploded.
I don't know. They we picked them up.
Oh, I see.
Their
Okay.
caravan got attacked a few cities over.
I see. Hmm.
We allowed them to join us. They were heading the same way. They seemed nice enough, and
Can you tell me a bit about how your circus operation works in terms of this specifically, like picking up strangers and adding them to your entourage with no proper vetting process?
they were injured people. Do you leave wounded people on the side of the road whenever you go anywhere?
I remain cautiously suspicious. But no, usually I do try to help.
Exactly. We saw people wounded. You know, they'd been attacked. We said, "Hey, come with us. You know, we have enough guards with us to get us all the way there. You'll be safer with us."
I see. Very noble of you.
Help our fellow man.
Can you describe to me what these people look like? Any notable features? Any signs, tattoos? Anything out of the ordinary, especially?
I mean, they had that weird symbol on the side of their caravan, but aside from that, they seemed like regular folk.
Okay.
A human and I want to say a half elf, and a couple more, but I didn't see their faces.
Okay. Human half elf. And no weird clothing, nothing like that?
No, just regular traveling clothes.
Okay, so to me, basically, the only thing that's coming as like that's an unusual characteristic is just the emblem on the side of the caravan then.
Yeah, but
And have I seen the emblem myself? Or was it already destroyed in the explosion?
it was destroyed in the explosion. You have not seen it.
Okay, could I get like a piece of parchment or something and get them to draw their best interpretation of the emblem if possible?
Who are you asking?
Does anyone have a piece of parchment I could borrow? Maybe a pen.
Oh, silently produce a piece of parchment and an inkwell with a quill.
Okay. I will look to the circus master, was it? Could you please draw your best interpretation of what that symbol looked like on this piece of paper for us, please?
Of course, happy to. Actually have it somewhere, but I've forgotten it, so I'm gonna redraw it. Right here, right
It's gonna be like a circle that says "We are evil!" exclamation mark.
No, it's
I will, after this point as well, step aside in case anybody else from the party wants to ask any questions. I'll look to Hydrogen, who looks totally different to me. I don't recognize you at all. You're just a random new person.
Random new person who also appears to be hiding their face.
Thank you, random new person whose face I can't see, for the piece of paper and the quill.
Nods.
Do you seem familiar at all, or just there's nothing I would pick on? I guess we didn't spend too much time together.
Exactly.
You definitely don't seem like somebody who would trespass into a construction zone, from what I can tell.
looks something like that.
Okay, alright.
I think that's it. I'm not 100% sure, but
I'll just toss this around, actually. That looks fairly inconspicuous to me.
Do I recognize it?
from history.
Can I also afterwards roll to see if I recognize it as well?
Real history.
17.
Also 17, actually. Same roll.
$15.
That'd be really good. To you, maybe it looks somewhat similar, but you can't place it.
So that also means, since I'm a local and I'm investigating the symbol with a decently okayish roll, it doesn't look like it's a symbol that's like local to the town or anything like that. It's not like some banner that would have been flying around as a
Not something local.
just foreign, inconspicuous symbol. Okay, Shade will step aside him.
I'm standing back, watching for the moment.
Mm-hmm.
These new travels, have you seen any green flames in the past?
No, nothing.
At this point, I'll look to the others and I'll say, I noticed on the way over here, I was looking around, I didn't spot any signs of explosions or flames in the lower district. I'm interested in having a look around there to see if maybe anybody knows anything, if anything looks out of place, and more importantly, if we can find any leads on that symbol. This feels to me like a targeted attack.
Sort of. Semi nods in agreement.
Mhm.
And if you're paying close enough attention, you will notice the fact that his hair always seems to be like moving with wind.
I like how your hair does that. That's very cool.
No other questions? After calls.
Who is your daddy and what does he do? No more questions.
The others leaving?
Ashtok will step up and go, well, decent interrogation for your first time, but let's start with some other questions. Who hired you to come into town? And he'll sort of stammer, I think his name was, Nathaniel, maybe? Nathaniel Birch or something like that. I think that's what his name was. And you say you didn't know that these guys would blow something up? Yeah. No, I would never. Never. Okay. And, where did you pick them up? And he'll sort of explain that between the arena city and the village up to the north of the arena city and the northeast city, there's a forest which they had traveled through, which was where they had located this caravan.
Do I recognize the name?
Nathaniel Birch? You do. You do. He's a middle class trader, but he's been trying to get in with the higher class. You know, he's trying to move his way up into the high class society. You probably surmised that the circus was supposed to be a gift showing or something. But yeah. What do you all do?
Head into the lower district.
You're heading to the lower district? Okay.
I'm waiting to see what the others are doing.
Richie?
Nothing. No new information for what I need. I'll follow along.
Okay, so we know who hired him and
Mhm.
where they came from.
Mhm.
Cool. The others are leaving the room.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna stay behind, move up quietly next to him. Answer my question, and I won't have to hurt you. Now, who else knew about the route you were taking here? And who else knew that you were coming here?
I haven't got a clue. We were hired by Mr. Birch. We keep everything else in-house. We've got our own guards that travel with us.
No one, there was nothing else that seemed suspicious about that group that joined you.
I just thought they were merchant traders.
Can we just go read it?
You may need to keep a closer eye on things in the future.
I'll do that.
Oh, I would. And then I'll leave.
Are you also following to the lower district?
I will go to the lower district, but I will take a slightly different route.
Okay.
Because I actually want to go talk to some contacts down there rather than just wander blindly around. But I don't want them. I don't want the others following me.
Okay. No. And Greet, what are you up to? The influx of wounded is slowing down. It's certainly much more manageable now.
Guildmaster come up yet?
Guildmaster has come up temporarily to talk to the gentleman you spoke to earlier.
I'm going to wait for him to be done, then wander up to the Guildmaster.
Mhm.
And just so how'd they do with the interrogation?
As expected. Will you be joining them?
No, but I have a question for you too. Did they ask anything about how he got the caravans through the checkpoints?
No one asked.
Mind if I go have a try?
By all means.
And I'm going to wander down to the cell. I'm assuming he's following.
Yeah.
I'm going to not walk into the cell, but wander down, walk up to it.
Mm.
So, you're the ringmaster of the circus. Sorry, I was busy.
That's fine. Yes, I am.
That caravan. Well, sorry, I don't have information on what they asked you. Was that caravan with you or not? Or...
No, we picked them up just outside the northeast city.
Uh-huh. And they came through with the gates. You went through the full guard checkpoint procedure.
Yeah.
And they got cleared.
Yeah.
Was it royal guards or town guards who were at the gate?
Royal Guards.
I'm going to look over to the guildmaster. At least through the way I came through, most of the outer gates are owned by town guards, aren't they?
And Ashtok will step in. So, typically the town guard runs it, but every couple of days or so, the royal guards step in to sort of remind everyone that they're here and they are the ultimate authority in this city.
Do you remember the names of the guards who did the inspection?
You asking Strom or?
No, I'm asking.
Oh god, I didn't even ask.
Thank you for your time, and I'm going to look to Ashtok. Things are not adding up.
Which is why I wanted an outside perspective. Someone not of this world.
Is it better tag along with them then? Because they're all locals, aren't they?
I believe so, yes.
When did they say they were headed?
I believe... Oh, what was his name? Koichi and Shade, I think their names are. They were heading down to the lower district. I think Hydrogen followed them, but I'm not 100% sure.
He does know who I am.
Okay. If they need me back here as a healer, you have a way to track me down, I'm assuming?
I'll find you.
And I'm going to go up and I'll also let the Dragonborn know that, there seems to be a lull. I'm going to go make sure that other groups that the Guildmaster brought in doesn't get into too much trouble.
Shade and Koichi, as you head down. Gosh, let's do a thing. Love that. As you head down to the lower district, obviously, the Royal Guard is already there, already kicking down doors, already doing random searches of every single building that they can find. Where would you like to head? What are you looking for?
Did you say there was a guard right there?
A Royal Guard, yes.
Okay, am I allowed to... Can I ask the Royal Guard, with the paper that we have with the symbol on it, are you searching for this symbol?
We're searching for anything.
Are you
What's
aware?
your business here?
We would like to do the search.
I think you should mind your own business, civilian.
This is our
This is
business.
a Royal Guard investigation.
I see. Can I... Okay. Does it seem like... Well, this might be a silly question. I was gonna ask, does it seem like they want to be in control of the investigation, but
Yeah.
clearly.
Yes.
Can I tell from his...
Being a
whether-
local, the Royal Guard thinks they are the top shit, and they will sway their authority over everyone that they can.
Okay. Is there any kind of information that we can request as citizens about your investigation?
Just stay indoors, stay safe. Don't interfere.
Okay. I'll kind of nod. I'll look to Koichi, and I'll kind of move away from the guard, and then I'll keep a lookout. I'm just looking for that
I'm
symbol.
just saying, I was in the back just doing this, knowing full well.
as you walk around, give me a perception check. And can I have that piece of paper back?
It's a 18 on the perception, by the way. And then afterwards I'll tell you what I'm specifically looking for and what I'd like to do.
Okay, are you looking specifically for the symbol?
That, but also I'm looking for any guards having conversations among themselves, like royal guards. And I was going to ask if I could enter stealth and try to eavesdrop on those conversations.
You're not so much finding royal guards having conversations with themselves, not hushed conversations.
Mm-hmm.
It's very clear that they seem to be intently looking for the culprits within the lower district.
Okay.
Can we tell if they know who they're looking for?
You're not sure. You're not certain of that one. You head through the lower district, and you can turn your attention to the map.
So that entire section is the lower district.
With your perception, as you reach this building here, you see a small symbol scratched into some wood, just very low down on
Okay.
a kind of like on a stairwell post. It's like a stairwell that leads up to a veranda that leads into a building.
Okay.
So on a post, there's a small scratching on it.
I'll look to Koichi and I'll kind of look at the symbol and I'll have a facial expression that will kind of look like, should we do anything about that?
Like, how obvious is it?
It's hidden. It looks like it's something that you'd only notice if you were looking for it.
I would personally like to enter stealth mode.
Before that,
Hide into the shadows. Melt away.
Someone forgot to silence their phone.
someone did.
Yes, I'm putting it on silent now.
Bad drawing, but that's what you see scratched into the door.
You just handed
Into the door.
Love that realization. Brings me joy.
It's mirrored, I think.
I think it doesn't take me long to get into the lower district.
You're not too far behind them, yeah. So you will catch up to them
Yeah.
about this.
Do I
That's
see any
what I say to
royal
Koichi.
You see, yeah, royal guards kicking down doors,
I'm
doing
going
spot
to-
searches.
run up to the nearest ones and I'm just gonna go. Sorry to bug
Peculiar.
you, I'm a runner. Guildmaster Ashtalk sent me from the guardhouse. He had a quick question.
What?
He wants to know which of the royal guards were on the gate rotation for today.
I don't know. Look, I've been on the wall all day. Like, you have to ask somebody else.
Sorry about it. I'll go ask one of the other groups, and I'm actually gonna move between the groups and rinse and repeat the same.
Probably takes you about like 7 or 8 attempts before finally someone goes, oh, I think that was Tim and I forgot that other bastard's name. I reckon Tim was on there, but I can't remember the other fella's name.
Do you have a house name? Tim, unfortunately, is very common. I just need something so that way.
Yeah,
Lord Ashton can-
Brockford.
Thank you.
Yes.
Oh, not Turner?
No.
Again, sorry to bother you, Go, about your search. You apparently really needed it.
Yeah, he always does. Anyway, back to your business. So it takes you a bit longer to catch up to these guys.
Yep.
Jay,
Yes.
what are you doing? You said you're entering stealth?
Yeah, I would like to enter stealth and
Yeah.
approach the premises.
Yeah, roll stealth.
It's not very good stealth. It's a 7 on stealth. I'm not being very. I'm out. I guess I'm outside in the daytime.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of.
You doing
But I rolled higher.
Yep, what'd you roll?
Be
21 total for stealth.
pretty sure it doesn't really help.
Where did you go?
What are you doing?
I would like to approach and inspect the symbol.
Yeah. It's carved in there. Looks like someone used a blade or something to just scratch it in.
You said it's in the. It's at like the base of the post of like the veranda leading up to the building.
Yeah.
Okay, and I don't see. If looking around, if I take a look, I can't see any other instances of this symbol anywhere on this building. Can I?
On this building?
Okay. Is there a way I could investigate it to see, like, can I put my hand near it to see if, like, it has some sort of magical aura or something, or does it just look like it's scratched in
It's
there?
just scratched in there.
Okay.
You can run your fingers across it all you want. It's just scratched in.
Okay. I'll look to Koichi. Koichi. What should
Can see. Like, what shall we do with it?
I'm taking it. I easily thought at least this one looking
I
conspicuous.
was gonna say you do walk upon Dave. He looks like he's whispering by a post. Can't see who he's talking to.
Where's the others?
I look to I look to the post. Who specifically are you referring to?
Well, what are you guys doing in here?
I'm motion.
As you get closer, you do finally spot that Koichi has just been hiding in a shadow, just sort of like around the way, blending in with the background a bit.
And then I kind of look and, like, cast my gaze down at the symbol carved into the wood. It's a mirrored version of the one that we had described to us. Peculiar.
Let's get out of here. I've got some ideas I want to share with you, but last thing I want is some royal guards either overhearing us or, arresting us. So let's...
Maybe we can come back here at nighttime.
Because again, random assortment of people just...
Okay.
You're talking about just two of these.
Hydrogen,
Yes.
what are you up to at this point?
So I would be trying to avoid the Royal Guards in the lower district as I make my way to my contacts that are down there.
Roll stealth.
I didn't need to. I was like a fit in.
That is not going well. I rolled a nat 1.
Yeah, no, I'm not even gonna bother rolling. They spot you immediately.
Looking very suspicious.
And what's your business down here?
I'm just trying to get home and stay out of your way, sir.
We'll get there quick.
Yes,
We'll
sir.
be there soon.
I'm sure you will be, sir. And I will blink off and try again. Once I'm out of their sight, I will try again.
I really don't want to make it back.
9. I am not doing well.
Are you Michael Jackson?
No, I'm pulling our trunk.
You once again are spotted.
By the same or
Out of
different?
sight. No, by different guards. What's your business down here?
I'm just heading home, sir. I'm trying to stay out of your way, sir.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Because the homes are that way. So why are you going this way?
My home is in a box around the corner, sir.
We hear this.
Ah, well, why don't I walk you home?
Okay, sir.
Might take a look in there myself.
Yeah, I'm gonna head down a random alley where I know there's boxes
Mm-hmm.
and point out a box.
Roll,
A mimic.
roll history and perception.
History is 13.
Okay.
Perception is 18.
That's good enough. Yeah, you're able to take him down to an alleyway. There is a box lying on the ground there. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna prop it up and curl up in it.
Mhm.
Here, sir, it's my home.
Well, don't let us catch you out again.
Yes,
And
sir.
he'll walk off, and as he walks down, you see him sort of like waving a couple of people over.
Uh-huh.
It's weird.
We need blood. Can we get any blood?
You know.
See anything in the distance? Oh,
You might notice a couple of guards, sort of starting to head a little ways away, but not really.
Object rotates
And
towards,
as-
square
As the
cubicles.
guards, the other guards that have been waved over rock up, you see them talking amongst themselves before they both spread off and they each go their own ways.
I'm gonna wait a little bit longer.
Mm-hmm.
Before, trying to make my way to where I was going again. Also, once again,
How long do you wait?
half hour.
Okay.
I have patience when I need it.
Okay.
I'm guessing that's more than enough time for us to get back to the guardhouse.
Yeah, that's where you're headed?
It's the safest place I know at the moment.
Yep. Yeah. You'll make your way back to the guardhouse.
Yep.
What are the three of you doing?
Pretend like you're helping me. I'll be giving you instructions and also telling you what I've figured out about this entire thing.
yeah, it's not rolling cigars.
Cupboard back there, grab the yellow flowers, and you get a bucket of water and a couple of mortar and pestles.
Okay, I do so.
And I'm going to go back to starting to greet people and also basically... Okay, so, once they're back, we know there were a whole heap of explosions around the city.
Mm-hmm.
The only area that wasn't affected is the lower district, but the cost of the materials to do that, nobody in this town would let them build up to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
At
When you
least
say
from
them,
my
who are you referring to?
Build up what?
And I'm kind of just going to gesture out a window to like the high Pawn district. Now,
That's the beach.
managed to have my own little conversation with the circus leader before.
Oh,
Found out that it was some royal guards who flagged the caravans through.
I see.
I'm not sure if it was just because, they'd never seen me before, but I got pretty thoroughly searched, and from what I could see, the other people were as well at the gate I came through.
Okay, so you're saying it's suspicious that
This is an
that
inside
cart
job.
wasn't investigated on the way in.
What are you saying? It's an inside job.
I'm
all the way to the top.
saying from all the evidence points to the fact that even if the lowborns could have gotten together the resources to do it, they never could have gotten that caravan through the gate unless somebody let them through.
You suggest this could be, some sort of, upper class fight. Something.
So I'm going to look around. Does it look like there's anybody particularly paying attention to my conversation? Because I'm not exactly being hugely quiet. I'm just not being loud.
Roll perception.
That's a grand total of 13.
13? Yeah, not that you can see. They're all sort of doing their own thing.
Is that healer that was paying attention to me but kind of staying to the shadows still about?
You can't see them.
Fine. Captain the guard, how busy is he?
Still a bit busy. It's kind of to be expected.
I'm kind of just going to, signal him and just the whole when you have a moment kind of.
He sort of, finishes talking to a couple of people, writes a few notes down, he makes his way over.
So, as you may have figured out, I'm not from around these parts. I have a simple question. How much would the upper classes of this society love it if they could completely eradicate the lowborn district?
That's
Loaded question?
that is a loaded question, great. I don't think they would ever eradicate them.
But move them beyond the walls, say, get them out of view and.
Get them out of view, definitely, but they'd still want them around. I mean, who else would they pick on
Um, how's the fire containment going, by the way?
Slow, but it's getting there. We've got a couple of people working on it,
Alright.
trying to pull something major out.
Is the name Tim Brockford familiar to you?
He was one of the guards posted to the border, correct?
Yes, apparently it was him and one other who took over one of the gate rotations for today, keeping up appearances, apparently.
Yes, I'm familiar with that. I usually handle some of the check-ins for people coming through, but when the Royal Guard intervenes, there's nothing I can do.
Problem is they didn't intervene in this case. I may alarm you to know that the caravan that initially set off the explosions was waved through by them.
Could be a few things. Could be treason. Could be incompetence. There's... yeah. Uncertain for sure.
should very much like to have a word with them, but I think it would be something only the guildmaster could organize. At least for somebody like me.
Leave it with me. I'll see what I can do.
One last question before you go. Where are the other triage centers?
Several located throughout the city. One of my good friends has been setting some of those up. We've got two in the lower district, but we don't tell people about that. We've got 5 here in the middle district and 4 more in the upper district.
If you can get word to the ones in the lower district, the Royal Guards are currently kicking indoors.
They are already aware.
But yeah, middle district pass over to the upper district was where one of the bigger explosions was, wasn't it?
They were all about the same size, but that was definitely the first one that went off.
I'm just wondering if there's anyone else that could be useful. Here seems to be mainly mocked up. Your healers are doing a fine job.
Let me introduce you to someone. But later. I'll wait till she's free.
I have no doubt, like the Guildmaster, you have an easy way of finding me.
Indeed I do.
And then I'm going to look back to the others. Let's head out and see if there's anything we can do to help.
Fable nodded.
And basically, not necessarily going out looking for trouble, but going out looking for places where they need extra hands, healers, whatever. Basically, either to help get the fires put out or, look after people.
Yep. And it gets pretty late into the night before the fires are completely contained. Eventually, though, they do come under control. Most of the people who aren't dead are healed. It's probably close to 1 in the morning by the time it's all done, though.
By the way, it's up to you guys whether your characters follow me or not.
Yeah, Shade is following.
And Hydrogen.
Yes.
You've waited half an hour while these guys have been doing their thing.
Yep. Gonna try and sneak out.
Yeah. Roll me stealth.
16.
Unfortunately, in the time that it took you to wait around, that signal was him going, "Hey, keep an eye out. This person was seen snooping around."
Yeah. I figured.
You went past 5 guards. 4 of them completely missed you. 1 of them has spotted you.
Right.
And he comes up to you and... Weren't you the one that was caught snooping around earlier?
I was caught trying to get home, sir. Now I'm out trying to get food, and everyone down here knows we avoid you.
Roll me persuasion.
11. If you had asked for deception, that would have been better.
Oh, actually, yeah. No, I will grant you the deception bonus.
Okay. So, which is 2 fine. So it would have been 13.
13.
That's
And
deception.
there's a reason why you avoid us. Because I can lock you up for a very long time for no reason whatsoever.
Yes, sir. I'm aware of this, sir. That's why we try and avoid you, sir.
And he grabs you by the collar. Be quick and be gone. This is your only leniency.
I will leave.
Mm-hmm. Where you headed?
Well, as I'm trying to pass off as a street urchin, I would probably head for the back end of a tavern or something where they throw out their scraps.
Mm-hmm.
Still trying to be stealthy about it. And if I think I'm getting away with it, then I'm gonna try and go see my contacts.
Okay. Take one more stealth roll.
24.
Ooh. You successfully make your way through unseen. Where you headed?
The Resistance headquarters.
And you manage to sneak your way in through the guest entrance and head on down.
Yep.
Who are you looking for?
I would probably be just trying to get to the. I know the leader, don't I?
You know the leader.
Yeah, well, I would be trying to find them then,
Mm-hmm.
because they should know.
They're always in their office. They are organizing many, many things.
Yep.
And he looks up at you and... What do you want?
Came to report about the situation that's going on. I'm sure you've already had plenty of them,
Yes, I have.
but
What do you know?
We know that they came in with a circus caravan that was originally paid for by Nathaniel. They
Daniel who?
Birch.
Birch?
Yeah.
Okay.
Apparently the caravan picked up the people that were carrying the explosives outside the town about here. Point to them.
Yeah,
On the map.
and you point to the forest that's like way over the other side of the region. Yeah.
From what the caravan owner said, that no one on their end spilled anything about them coming to outsiders or anything like that. Still, it seemed rather coincidental for them to run across travelers in distress at this point in their travels and being brought along, particularly seeing how is everything that's happened. So, yeah. That's it's a bit more about what I know. Of course, the guildmaster and stuff is talking to the guy that runs the circus. So who knows what other information they may pick up.
Would you say their reason for picking up this caravan was?
Apparently, they found them injured.
Has anyone been sent to check out the attack site, do you know?
Out there? No, I don't know if anyone's been sent out there yet.
I'll have some people look into it.
But yeah, it's coming down to obviously the Royal Guards are giving everyone a hard time around at the moment.
I'm aware.
Yeah, well, nearly got me on my way in, but I managed to
I'm
get
aware.
through. You know me. Talk my way in and out of trouble all the time.
Into, yes.
Yeah, I've managed to talk myself out of a fair few things. But, yeah. This is what I know. I also happen to know that the first one went off at this location.
And then 5 more went off, all throughout the city.
Yeah, definitely way too coordinated. Although that first one going early might not have been intentional. I'd have to get a closer look at the debris field and all that to be able to possibly tell, but you know.
Given that blast, not going to find much. We've
Yeah.
already had a couple of people looking. Everything was evaporated.
Yeah. There was a bear from the circus. Well, yeah, from the circus.
Yep,
That thing hurt.
bears do that.
Yeah, but this one seems, I don't know, very angry. Understandably so, but
I was going to say, I'm pretty sure if your cart blew up, then yeah, you'd be pretty angry too.
yeah, that's the thing too. Like, how did they manage to get the explosives onto one of the circus carts with the bear?
No, it was a separate caravan, wasn't it?
That's my point. And were they just parked that close when the explosion went off to the bear's carriage, or
I don't
did
all
they
the
manage to get the
specifics.
explosives onto the carriage? Other things that I would like to find out, but
Depends how close they were.
yeah, really does. Although obviously,
You-
I would say
You've seen the crater, right?
yeah, I would say though that the bear wasn't directly with the things. So,
No, it would have been one of the next ones, but
Yeah. Still, I'm pretty sure the circus man also said they only came across the one carriage. Or caravan. Should actually find out exactly how many carriages joined them. See if it adds up. Other questions to ask. Once I manage to find my way back to that guardhouse. Hopefully without running across the royal guards, but unless you've got a way to get someone else in there to ask those sorts of questions.
he reaches under his desk and he pulls out a map. It's a map of the sewers. Take it right there. Left there. Follow that up. 2 more rights and jump up through the vent. You should rock up a couple of streets over.
Fair enough.
Might be less noisy than the way you came in.
It should be. I mean, I don't expect the royal guard to be down in the sewers. It's too far beneath them.
It's the other things in the sewers you've got to worry about.
Yeah. Some of them rats are pretty big.
Scavengers. Barrels.
Yeah, well, probably going to be the safest rat there. If I get caught by the royal guards again today, I'm probably not going to get away from them again. So yeah, I guess I'll take this sewer route and yeah, why not? Test my luck.
He sort of kicks open a small grate to the side of him.
I'm sure glad I can hold my breath.
You make your way through the sewers?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty easy. Fucking empty down there. You don't run into much trouble getting through there. It's much quicker than the way you came in as well, given how many stops you had to make.
I also try not to use the silver entrances to the hideout because, you know, I may be able to hold my breath, but I still don't like smelling like sewer. Yeah, so I make way.
You make your way back to the guardhouse, yeah?
Yeah.
At this point, you heading into the guardhouse?
I would be heading in.
Yep, so at this point you see the three of them sitting around working. There's a bucket there, some mortars and pestles. They seem to be working on something. What are you doing?
I'm gonna Strong there.
Strom.
Yeah.
He is not.
Well, I'm gonna ignore them.
Okay.
And head towards where the ringmaster is. If I get stopped, I'll just say that I have a couple more questions for him.
Yep.
Given
you were looking around, I'm going to let you roll a perception check.
That's a nat 20.
You do spot him. Whether you wish to...
That's the same, like, face-covered guy that came through
Yep.
with...
Yeah. Who you know as... now as Hydrogen.
Yeah, you actually know my name. These two know my name, but they don't know what I actually look like.
And he currently has an aroma about him, doesn't he?
He's a bit smelly. Yeah.
Did you go diving through a garbage chute?
Let's just say I travel via alternate routes. Particularly when, you know, the Royal Guard doesn't really like me.
Didn't have a problem with me.
That's you. You're an outsider. You're not a lowboard.
Anyway, find anything interesting while you're out?
Well,
By the way, the reason I've been having them gather supplies, I'm literally just making up, batches of burn balm for the...
Yeah, that's fine.
well, more an additional question I want to find out.
Oh?
This ringmaster. None of us asked how many carriages joined him.
It was just one.
One carriage or one caravan?
It's just one carriage. I said caravan as a wrong word. It's
But
just
yeah.
the one carriage.
Just one. But that wasn't the question you should have asked.
Well, the thing is, there was a total of 6 explosions, but only one came in with him.
Yes, but he wouldn't know about the other...
Yes, but I didn't know how many carriages came in with him.
But yes, still not the question you should have asked.
Well,
If that carriage was full of explosives, how did it pass the guard checkpoint?
looks around the town guard's post. Well, depends who was on.
Royal Guard was on rotation, it turns out, that day.
Uh-huh. Interesting little tidbit.
Yeah, you've managed to get a name.
Uh-huh.
As I said, the Royal Guard's like me, and I'm just gonna... Anyway, after I'm done here, I'm gonna head to one of the other areas, see what they need, and slowly make my way back to the Guildmasters. Do you want to join?
I should probably talk to him again. Though there is someone else here that I need to talk to privately. Just trying to remember who it was. There's it's the town guard captain, I'm pretty sure, that I know.
He's around.
Yeah. Might have to come back to me.
Yeah, then I'm just going to continue with what we were talking about before.
Yep.
Um, yeah, as I said, going to go around the areas, help out, make more medicines, etc., check their stocks, make my way back to the guild hall.
Yep.
You know, putting out fires and stuff, and once most of it's taken care of, that's when I'll fully head back to the Adventurers Guild and see if I can find a stock.
Shay will help as much as he can. He'll go with Greet.
Koichi, you also following
Yep.
these two? Yep.
After the guard captain knows a lot of what I know.
Mm-hmm.
It's backstory stuff, doesn't he? Yeah. So I will quietly let him know that it definitely was not who the Royal Guard think it was. And then I would probably follow them back towards the guild so that I can report to him what's going on and stuff.
And he'll sort of just internalize everything he's saying, make a few notes, and thank you for coming to me with this. My people will be looking into it.
Very good. For the kingdom.
Hmm. Yep. Were you after that?
Like I said, I'd be following them.
Joining these guys? Yep.
Yep.
So you all managed to make it around. You, as I said, close to about 1 a.m. Super late. The moon's way up in the sky, and the fires are finally out. And then you all make your way to the guild hall.
Yeah.
Ashtik's there. Looks fucked. Absolutely wrecked.
About the same way we're.
The man, you walk in and he is just sitting on the floor against the reception desk, just sitting there, exhausted.
Sorry about the late hour. Been a busy day.
Telling me.
Um,
I've still got so much paperwork to do.
So, found out a few things. Not sure if you're up to me sharing at the moment.
Tell me. I need to know. I'll write it in my reports.
I have a new name for somebody we need to ask questions.
Mm-hmm.
Member of the Royal Guard, Tim Brockford. He was apparently on the gate that the circus caravan passed through. Seems a bit odd that he'd waved through something, you know, a carriage carrying.
It seems odd for him to. It seems odd for him to let it through. He's a pretty vigilant kid.
Wasn't able to get the name of the other royal guard that was with him, but he should know, and that might give us the lead we need. At this point, I think the whole no explosions in the Lowbourne district is just a complete misdirect. These two found a symbol that kind of matched in the Lowbourne district, but it was inverted, and if it's part of some group, they'd be very particular about the way their symbol was placed. Because, again, this is just making assumptions on what I know from my own experience. Druid orders, we're very particular about how we place our symbols because the placement means something different depending on how you do it.
Shade would also divulge the exact location of the address at this point.
Which address?
50th 3rd Street.
Wait,
of the house that had the symbol.
Okay, okay.
I don't know what the
I
actual
was like, what address are you talking about?
Yeah, the address of the building that had the mirrored symbol, yeah.
Okay, yep.
By the way, if the Royal Guards ask about a Hattersy that said he was a runner for you, that was me.
Yes, they already have asked. Don't worry. I said that was fine.
No, I figured it was the fastest way to get information out of them. Like, they were kicking indoors, they weren't going to think too much about a runner, just asking who was on patrol at the gate that day.
Okay.
Won't use your name often. Don't know.
That is appreciated, but in this instance, it's fine. My recommendation now, get some rest. Get some rest, we've got a busy day tomorrow.
I'd get to arrange quarters. I don't suppose there's somewhere in the guild hall that I could rest the night.
Not in the guild hall, but I'd recommend the Heart of Ale. You'd be familiar with that location. You saved the tavern keeper's wife today.
That's right.
You might be able
Again,
to...
it's been a long day.
Speaking of, since you are all here, Sprout has already been given his, but I figured it was necessary. You did help me out, and as such, you should be paid for that. And he hands each of you a small pouch with 10 gold in it. It's 10 gold each.
Much appreciated.
That will go a long way to paying for my lodgings. Again, I'll go check out this Heart of Ale. That's where you can find me if you need me.
This Royal Guard business has me worried. I sent 2 Royal Guard members to investigate the site where the caravan was supposedly attacked, but with this information,
You can't necessarily judge the accuracy of what they're.
correct.
Tomorrow's problem to think about. Sleep for now.
Indeed. Go rest, all of you. He'll sort of slowly trudge his way up the stairs and into an office.
I would leave. I did it sewer entrance that's somewhat hidden,
Mhm.
and make way back to the headquarters of the
Mhm.
resistance. Let them know that some royal guards have been sent out there, and then crash there for the night. Assuming there's
They'd allow that.
Yeah, assuming Koichi and Shade are following Reach.
We're following along.
Yeah, head back to the heart of Ale. I'm assuming business is suddenly back to a
Business is booming. Pardon the pun.
This is exploded.
No, we don't.
There is not an empty chair. You have people standing and drinking to their heart's content.
I'm going to wander up to the bar.
Mm-hmm.
And just, wait for a break to appear so I can wander up and. Susie about as well, or?
You actually can see Susie behind, like in the back. She's cooking at the moment,
Ah,
helping out the staff. Yeah.
but yes, wait for the barkeep to. Good to see your wife's doing well. Me and my friends were wondering if we could get 3 rooms for the night.
For you guys, absolutely. And he will reach under his desk, pull out a small tin, small lockbox, open that up, and he'll hand 3 keys over to you. First night is on me. Every other night, we'll work something out.
You were too kind, good sir.
You saved my wife's life. This is not enough for that.
It's been a long day. If we could possibly organize to have some food sent up to our rooms.
Absolutely.
Just whatever the standard fare is. We're not after anything fancy.
I'll have something set up to you.
Yep, and I will hand a key each over to Koichi and Shed.
Thank you.
And then, I'm gonna head for that room because
100%, yeah. Been a long day.
I think a long rest is in order.
I've basically been doing healing since mid-morning. Admittedly, none of it magical, but
Mm-hmm.
It's very
And yeah, as you head up, there's only a few minutes until, probably like 10, 15 minutes before you each get a knock on your doors with just a platter of food just
Yep.
brought up to you.
again, I'll say thanks to whoever delivers it and basically put it at the table, eat as much as I can, and then just collapse on the bed.
yay, long rest.
Koichi, you doing anything for the night before you pass out?
eating. Okay, now.
Shade?
I will eat one of my apples and I will also head to bed.
Fair enough. And Hydrogen. You do not have a lovely meal being delivered to you
No,
tonight. What are you doing for the night?
I will prepare a small amount of rations from the supply trade.
Yeah.
And then find myself a bedroll or a hammock or something and just crash out for the night.
Yeah.
After having informed the leader about the royal guards that are going to the original attack site, so that he's aware that whoever he's sending may run into them or knows to avoid them.
Yep. Fair enough. You all finish your long rest seemingly undisturbed. It's a new day.
Wake up, stretch.
As you three wake up, the party is still going on. I say party. People are just drinking to their heart's content.
Drinking, I'm assuming there's some kind of entertainment going on in some corner or several forms.
I wouldn't call it entertainment. It is silent mourning and
Yep.
pain.
Different kind of, yeah.
Yes. The pity party, as it were, but a well-earned one.
When I wake up, I'm actually going to take a moment to investigate that box I found.
Great.
I'm going to carefully inspect it,
Yeah.
Check the outside of it, check the creases, catches.
Give me an investigation roll.
16.
You don't see much on it. Visually, you don't see much. As you sort of, test the latch, it feels a bit tight. But that's about it.
I'll inspect it a bit closer before just trying it, because, make sure that,
Yep.
it's just, because I'm assuming initially assuming, okay, it feels a bit tight. It's been down there, God knows how long. It's probably just...
As you don't see anything, but as you flip that latch, you hear this very sharp, noise as it flicks up and it hits something very small on the top of the latch. It makes this very loud, piercing noise. Something you could deduce would have absolutely pissed off every bat in that cave had it been released at that moment. But thankfully, the only people to hear it would be the people downstairs and the people in the rooms around you. It does make quite a racket when it initially opens up, but you're able to open it up.
Yeah. Open it up, look what's inside.
Yep. Inside, it's just this cylindrical rod with a button on it.
So I'm going to detect magic before.
How does... Let me just...
So detect magic won't identify, but it'll show...
Yeah, I'm just pulling it. I want to see specifically what it tells me. The first level spell, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I have my spells back.
Yeah, so you do see a faint magical aura around this rod.
I'm going to focus on it. What kind of aura is it putting out, if any?
Magical.
Not putting out necromancy or any specific school?
No specific school, because it was not made by a magical spell. It is just a magical aura.
Specifically making sure that the ends of the rod are not pointed at me.
Mm-hmm.
Going to basically hold it out and test the button.
Uh-huh. Push the button.
Mm-hmm.
Do you do anything else with the rod, or are you just sort of holding it there?
Literally push the button as it push, and then, see what happens. If it doesn't do anything, I'll try moving it.
You push the button, and as you go to twist it, you go, huh? It is locked into place. You have found an immovable rod.
Very cool item.
Push the button again. I'm assuming releases.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that's gonna go in my back.
Yeah. You
What's
will.
great about them? You can press the button, pull yourself up, unpress it, and then launch it back up, press again. So
It looks hilarious though.
Yes,
And
but
you
the
only work
strength.
until you fuck
I was
up.
gonna say the strength requirement for that is intense
You might have to like do multiple athletics checks or something. Like keep
because it's basically a salmon ladder without the ladder.
yeah,
Yeah.
with an unlimited height.
Mm-hmm.
just keep climbing away.
Anyway,
Yeah, just imagine you're running out of
now that I've investigated that, before I go knock on the doors,
Yep.
I'm actually going to head back to that particular cave because I did say I wanted to. Or do I go to the blacksmithy and the area is roped off and there's guards around it or something?
So not so much that. The digging has started for clearing out the old building, trying to
Yep.
resurface ground. That being said, there is a clear path to the hole to get down there.
Yep.
You're not sure if people will let you in or not. But
There's a big, bald man standing.
no, there's not.
I'm not involved.
I'm possibly going to. Well, actually, no, possibly about it. I'm going to try lying through my teeth.
Mhm.
I'm just going to walk, and if anybody stops me, I do have something coming.
So you walk through. You get a couple of odd looks, and someone goes, oh, "Hold up, mate. Are you with the digging crew? What are you doing here?" Yeah.
No. Sorry, Susie sent me. Apparently, when I rescued her the other day and got her back, her favorite smithing hammer had fallen out. I just need to go check the area where I found it. I promise I'll be quick. I can glide down and I can get back up easy enough.
All right, be careful. I'll tell them not to dig in this part, but you've only got a few minutes.
Yep, not a problem.
As he's off doing that, what are the rest of you doing? Shade, what are you up to?
Probably getting up and exiting my room to see what lies in wait in the outside world.
Bunch of drunk people downstairs. It looks like they've been drinking all night.
Commiserating is, I believe, the accurate term for what they're doing.
Do I see greet or not?
Roll me perception.
It is a natural one.
Natural one. You don't see shit.
I think my memory of greet has been completely wiped.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Sorry, who is greed again?
I will instead head to the bar with my newfound gold. I will order a drink.
Mm-hmm.
People drinking.
Yep. Guy at the bar, he looks at you, gives you a nod, and goes, "Yeah, what can I get you?"
Hard cider.
Hard side. Okay.
He just loves apples in all forms.
Sure. I'll see what I've got around and
Are you trying to
sort
do
of
Applejack?
rummage through. Rummage through his stuff. Yeah, mate. Best one's on me.
Much appreciated. Thank you. I'll give a gold piece as a tip regardless.
Too kind. Take it and
And I'll go sit with some of the miserable people around the bar. I want to just like see if I can. I'm in for gathering, but I'm being stealthy now. You know, I'm just one of the people. Yeah, I'm acting casual, acting natural.
There
Just the strong side of it.
a lot of them aren't talking, saying much. You see a couple with little drawings or little like images of loved ones or maybe sentimental items.
Mhm.
A lot of them have lost a lot of people.
Mhm.
Many died during this. So
Does anybody in the group of the people who are here at the bar look like they're out of place, or does it all just seem like it's just regular local folk?
they all seem local folk. It's you don't need much of a roll for that. That's
Sure, out of place when it's one you completely just forgot about.
you didn't see that one.
The one who's also seemingly had the least trouble just getting through the city.
The one that I nat one rolled and it's just like I have a
For now.
blind spot in my vision, like right here.
Wow.
I'll just drink my cider.
Mhm. Yeah.
Until I see a familiar face for now. Like if I see
Yeah.
Koichi, then I will greet him in the morning.
Speaking of Koichi, what are you up to? Just woken up.
Not getting out of bed yet.
There.
Mostly trying to count anything that was familiar, if I can. Yes. I'll also build it with the pendant.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you're going over the things that you've seen
Yeah.
and comparing it to what happened back then. Yeah. So far, just the fire. That's all you found so far. Hydrogen. What are you doing?
When I get up, I'm gonna have a meager meal, breakfast. See if the resistance has any work for me. If not, I will probably make my way through the sewers towards the Adventurers Guild
Yep.
and just see if there's anything I need to do there.
So the rebellion doesn't have much for you. They've got a handful of things that they've got to do, but they've got people on it already. So yeah, you head through the sewers. Are you trying to be stealthy going through the sewers?
Yes.
Roll me stealth.
Let's see if my dice fails me now. 16.
You get through pretty fine. I'm actually gonna on this note. I'm actually gonna take a quick break. Everybody, let's take a 5-minute break.
Especially, it is almost 10 o'clock as well.
It is almost 10 o'clock. We are gonna go for a little bit longer though because we did start late.
Yeah.
So let's take a quick break. I don't have a BRB screen for this channel.
I
That's
will.
fine. We can at least mute up while we're
We can. We'll be back, guys. Alright, we're back, guys. We're back.
And
How we
welcome
go?
back to all those watching.
Yes, speaking of, for those watching or watching the pod earlier, the Small Fry 98 was the person who did our new channel icon.
Yes. That is our small fry.
Yes.
She has done wonderful work, and we thank her very much for that.
No
Now.
shout out?
What's up?
No shout out?
That was our shout out.
Yeah, they're not a streamer.
Fair. They're just a digital artist then.
But as we get back into it, yes. So, you managed to make your way through the sewers. No issue. Get out and make your way to the Adventurers Guild.
Yep.
Now you.
Yep.
You've managed to
Bullshit.
bullshit your way into the tunnel beneath the blacksmiths.
Yep.
Couldn't think of the word. You start heading towards a hole. Make me a perception check.
That is. Where's perception and blind? 18.
Obviously, you
Like my
failed at
glasses.
your perception check.
Couldn't see where it was in the list. I don't know why.
So he passed his in-game check, but failed his in real life one. Got it.
Yeah.
Yes.
But 18.
You can only barely hear the digging. Seems quite a bit further away.
As though they've gone through the night.
Definitely gone a distance.
I'm leaving them alone. I know where I'm headed.
Yep.
Like, I'll make note of the fact that it sounds like they've made a lot of progress,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm not going to investigate that. That's not what I'm here for.
Yep.
So I'm going to wander along until I find that little hole in the...
Oh, yeah.
I'm
It
gonna-
is still just the same as it was.
To carefully slip through it.
Mm-hmm. Make me a dexterity check.
Uh, 15.
Easy as.
And then, yeah, I know where I'm going. I'll, make my way across.
Mm-hmm.
Slowly and carefully.
Okay.
No, I'm just gonna fucking run, scream.
Yep, you get swarmed. Roll initiative now. But yeah, no, you make your way carefully. Let me just book.
Still feels wet and slippery, yeah?
Yep.
Excellent. I get out that new tool I found,
Yep.
and I'm going to actually use that as a brace to, again, carefully and slowly start scaling my way up.
How are you going about it?
So,
Are you like using it while you walk up, or
so basically, what kind of angle is it?
somewhat steep?
So I'm actually going to basically, with the exception of the hand that's holding the immovable rod,
Mhm.
brace all my limbs on the incline
Yep.
near one of the walls, and basically every so often I'm going to lock it, use the wall to move up, release it, and
Okay.
take it slow and gentle.
I need. Give me a dex check first. Yeah, dex check first.
18 plus 3, 21.
Mm-hmm. So you make your way up
Yep.
a little bit. It's going all right. Make me another one.
$14.
Again, you starting to slip a little bit, but you still holding on. One more.
That's 15 on the dice plus 3, 18.
Yeah. So you managed to make it up. You almost slipped, but you managed to recover, and as you come up to the top, you realize you're in a cave almost, but it's a small one. You can see the exit just over there.
I'm going to explore the cave, see what's there. Again, carefully take my time because I'm assuming I can still hear bats. Or not so
anymore.
much?
Not so much now.
Okay. Yep. Like when you say I can see the other side, like there's light in here as well? Or...
You can see outside.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
So
gonna...
it's only a small cave, and you can see your way outside.
I'll look over the cave and then head out.
Roll perception to start with.
Natural 20.
And that's what, yeah.
Nice.
So not only can you hear it, you can actually just see it over the crest. You can see river flowing past that seems to be the cause of what's allowing water to sort of seep through.
Basically
into-
a mixture of seepage, and when the river gets high, it just...
Yeah, just down.
Which also explains the natural formation. It's just been eroding the...
And you start making your way out, and you look around. You're in a forest, but you look back behind you, and there's a wall. You recognize this wall. You were just looking at it from the other side. You'll see that you've just popped out.
Yep.
Right here.
Oh,
You've actually managed to creep outside the city walls.
uh-huh. Does the cave entrance, once I'm out, look hidden?
It is surrounded by trees. It is definitely in a more forested part of this area. It looks natural for the most part. There's a bit of foliage around it, which could have been placed there. Could be natural. It's kind of hard to tell.
Like, I probably can't tell where I am along the inside because I don't know the town that well.
Mhm.
But, as I said, go back in, check the full extent of that little cave area before it leads down.
Not much there. It's just a small little pathway that sort of leads down into the ground a bit, and then seems to slope down into that pathway to the tunnel.
Right. If I don't, considering what I told them, if I don't head back, they're probably going to launch an investigation down here. Because I said I was looking for the hammer, and he was going to try and stall them.
Ah, yes. Yeah.
So I'm going to try and carefully make my way back down the incline, again using the immovable rod as a brace.
Okay. Give me another dex check.
18.
Mm-hmm.
Another 2.
Another 2.
16.
Mm-hmm.
And another 16.
Make your way down. And back into the cave. Back surrounded by all the bats.
Yep. Again, I know what direction the hole is. I'm not going to light a torch or anything. I'm just going to
Mm-hmm.
carefully make my way across.
Make me a dexterity saving throw.
Saving throw?
Mm-hmm.
19.
19. Okay. Yep. You manage to make your way through and get back to the hole.
Yep. Back out, and then I'm going to go back up.
Mm-hmm.
And just, make my way back up. When I get to the top,
To the hole, yep.
just a simple case of I tried looking. Looks like the hammer was broken by one of the rock slides. Unfortunately, I'll have to let her know that.
Yep. Koichi and Shade. It's been a little bit now. Koichi, how long do you stay in bed?
Would have come out by now. Going down to get something to eat.
Yep. You see Shade sitting down having a drink with a bunch of people you don't recognize.
Well, like, I know them well, so it's probably, they know them, maybe.
Yeah. But you've headed down. Where you getting some food? You said. Yep, easy enough. You speak to the man at the bar. You guys, what can I get you?
You go into the food.
What do you want? We can do meats, eggs, grain. We've had all kinds of requests here, seriously.
Some toast and eggs.
Easy enough. And he'll write a little note and pass it at the back. Don't worry about it for today. Then what do you do?
Probably go and find somewhere to sit and wait.
You sitting down by Shade, or you gonna sit somewhere else?
Probably sit somewhere else.
Or sit somewhere else? That's fine. Shade, you've been sitting down with these gentlemen who are feeling sorry for themselves for a while.
Yeah, it's a mean way to put it. After giving the context, they're like mourning loved ones. Like,
Yeah.
sorry, suckers.
Yeah. The sad sacks.
Yeah.
So harsh. But yes, you are sitting there with them. They haven't really said much. They're all just mourning in their own way. You've seen Koichi come down.
Mhm.
It's gone up to the bar.
I'll wave if I see Koichi. I'll be like, I'll acknowledge,
Mm-hmm.
from across the bar. But I mean, I'll just finish my cider and then bring the mug back, and then I'll head outside and just wait there, maybe.
After you've done waiting, where are you planning on going?
I'll just kind of take a walk around and see if I can look around and see what the extent of destruction is of the flames.
Yep.
Just kind of investigate the area now that there aren't any more flames there.
Yep.
Maybe
Yep.
even walk back to like the original site of the first explosion and just to look around and see if maybe I can find something that I overlooked.
Yeah. You sort of, you make your way around these places. The original site, huge crater.
Mhm.
You go around to the other sites, you're able to tell that, there were six sites in total, including that first one.
Mhm.
Where, one was by the marketplace. Oh, sorry, one was on the other side of the marketplace. In the residential, one was a bit further north in the residential. Two, three more went off up in the higher district that you can see without actually making your way in there. Yeah, lots of debris, lots of cleanup crews
Okay.
going around at the moment.
Okay. I'll make my way kind of from one side to another.
Mhm. Yep.
I'll just investigate as much as I can from what I can ascertain just from kind of perusing the site.
All looks like it was the same thing that did it. Same sort of crater left by some sort of explosion. Some look like they were inside when they went off. Some look like they were outside. It was
Okay. Is there any like debris left over from any of the parts or anything that I could maybe pick up?
from the initial cart that went off.
Mm-hmm.
You don't find much. Lots of splintered wood, some burnt, like small bits of burnt fabrics, but the carriage itself was pretty much completely destroyed.
Okay. From the small bits of wood that are there, can I tell anything about the origin of the wood or the nature of the wood as far as like if it's something that's more local or something that's more foreign? Any clue as to maybe where these carts originated from?
Not in the current state. Not in
Okay.
the current state, unfortunately. It's all burnt to hell.
Okay.
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah. You're not able to ascertain that information.
Okay, I'll just head over to the. Shade will head over to the Adventurers Guild then.
Mm-hmm. And Koichi, your meal arrives pretty quickly. You're able to eat that. Are you planning on sticking around for a while, or are you planning on going anywhere?
I'd like to stick around for a little bit longer.
Yep, that's fine. Shade, you make it to the Adventurous Guild, and you actually come across hydrogen, or what looks like hydrogen,
Okay.
heading in through the front doors. You were heading to the Adventurous Guild as well?
Yes.
Yep, you would follow a little bit after.
Okay. I'll head in as well.
Yep, so you head in. It's busy. You see a couple of people behind the counter. You don't recognize them. None of them are the lovely lady that you met the day before. Yeah, no, there's a lot of adventurers just going around, going, "Hey, where can we help next? You know, what can we do?"
I mean, Shay will kind of do more of the same, unless he sees anything specific. Like, I don't know if Hydrogen is doing anything.
Hydrogen's just seeing if there's anything that he is skilled enough to do that needs doing.
Yeah, Shay is there for the same reason, I think.
Both of you roll me perception. And
17.
16.
Mahaz, I'm gonna get you to roll perception as well as you walk in.
Dirty 20.
Even you miss it. The moment where Ashtok pops up behind Shade. How can I help you?
Sorry, you spooked me a little bit there. I'm here to provide my sword and services as necessary.
You got what I meant.
I didn't.
Literally, Greek would have just.
How do you say that out loud?
Very quietly, but yes.
He turns back. Thank you.
Morning. Sleep well?
Barely. But I am functioning. Now, how can I help the three of you?
I have some more information that may interest you. Some of which I may wish to divest you without being overheard.
Why don't we head up to my office?
Excellent.
Do you care to join?
If the invite's open, I will gladly take it.
Yep. You all make your way up to his office. He opens the doors to you. There's a big table at the other side of the room by the windows where he clearly does most of his work, and a small gathering area for more personal conversations. Sit.
I'm going to politely not sit down, as I'm pretty sure I'd be covered in a healthy layer of wet mud.
You would be, yeah.
I'm more going to take a polite, just at ease near the couches and just. I think for the sake of your upholstery, I'll stand.
I don't think there is anything that you could put on this upholstery that hasn't already been on there, but that is your prerogative.
A scary thought.
And he will, just slouch down in one of the armchairs and kick his feet up. So, what have you discovered?
So I did a bit of spelunking this morning.
I see.
Because when we were rescuing Susie the other day, there was a little side cave area that was of interest to me. Upon further inspection, it appears to lead to a tunnel that leads outside the city wall.
I see.
The entire thing was a complete accident. It looks like the entire reason Susie's place dropped was due to erosion caused by river water seeping down this cave.
Makes sense. Very well. I will, I'll have some people look into that. Unless you care to do some, digging down there.
As near as I can tell, there's already a group doing some digging nearby that I'd rather avoid having a confrontation with.
You mean another confrontation with? As he looks straight at you, Hydrogen.
I'm just going to keep my mouth and look slightly.
Hold on. Keep his mouth shut.
Yes.
I've known the man all of a day, and this is making me shocked.
True, because you weren't downstairs in the interrogation where he didn't say a word while anyone else was around.
But the reason I thought I'd bring it to your attention is apparently they're going to try, collapsing the buildings and everything today. So that way they can try and fix things up.
Digging it out, yes, and filling in the necessary area. They'll have some...
Thinking an previously unknown cave that leads to outside the city walls may look poorly. So I thought I would bring it to your attention, as you seem of a trustworthy sort.
Why, thank you. I'll have some people come in with some filler.
There is a large colony of bats.
That makes it more tricky.
Bats do have an aversion to sound. If you have anybody that has the ability to create a loud...
Oh no, I don't mean that. It's just normally I'd like to just fill the whole area in, but I don't really want to take away something's natural habitat, so I'll figure it out, don't worry.
At the very least, possibly getting some people to draw up that edge of the river if you can do some more investigation. So that way water seeps through less when the river's running high. That would lead to less buildings collapsing.
I'll look into it.
Don't suppose you've had any chance to look into who was working with Brockford and...
No, haven't even begun.
Okay. Well, anyway, I was just coming to let you know about that. I've got a personal errand to run today, before everything went crazy yesterday. It was suggested to me that there might be somebody I'd enjoy meeting in the city.
Yes, I'm aware. You should talk to Caldera, the guard captain. He'll set you up. He was informing me of that yesterday.
Alright, I'll head off and do that.
Yep.
And I'll take my leave, make sure I shut the door properly after me.
And the two of you?
We'll kind of follow behind. Well, sorry, I will follow behind.
Didn't you want me for something?
We were just here to pick up any extra work, but I didn't have any specific questions of you.
Oh, very well. Well.
My sword is at your command.
There are a few things that I could use a hand with. I sent 2 royal guardsmen to investigate the attack site. The supposed attack site where the caravan that blew up was picked up. If you want to follow up on that, you're welcome to. It's a bit of a hike, though.
Will do.
What else?
I'm curious myself as well.
Let's see. And he sort of starts rummaging through files. You could also check in with Brockford yourself if you wish. He should be at the Royal Guardhouse. I can make arrangements for you to be allowed in there and given every necessary courtesy.
That would be much appreciated.
I think those are the only 2 big things that I need focused on right now. Everything else I've got in hand.
Okay. In that case, I'll head to the crash site and report back to you then, and maybe then give Brockford a visit.
I'd recommend doing that the other way.
Alright, I will visit Brockford and then report back to you and
Given
investigate the crash site.
Given the crash site is on the other side of this region, it's a few days away. I'd probably recommend talking to the local first.
You put it like that. It does make more sense that way.
Yeah, he reaches into his drawer. Now, oh, bollocks to it. And he just, grabs a handful of tokens that he hands you.
Okay.
Present one of those, and you should be allowed through. And it's just a small medallion with a stamp of some sort
Okay.
etched into it.
Alright. I put the tokens away.
And was there anything you needed? Very well. A good day to
I'm
you.
just here to help.
Very well.
I am not going to go with you.
You're not going to go with him?
I'm
Okay.
not going to the royal guard. I am not going there.
He spent enough time in the past 2 days pissing them off. He walked straight into HQ.
The last 2 days, the last day alone, he has managed to infuriate them. But that's fair enough, given your history.
Yep.
As I said, the only other issue that needs resolving is I need someone to double check that crash site, or attack site. But
If it's so far away, maybe it's best we head together.
I do agree with that. I will wait for the others to be ready here.
very well. I mean, you do, of course, have other means of seeing them without seeing the Royal Guard without seeing them. I'm sure you know what I mean.
Yes.
But whatever you wish to do. Thank you very much for your assistance, and good luck.
Thank
I
you.
can sort of guide you out.
I will, loiter around the lobby.
Fair enough. Fair enough, yeah. Koichi, what are you doing at this time?
Considering that's the easiest place for most people to get in contact with me.
Yeah.
So I'll take a look at the other sites that bombed, I guess.
The other attacks? You going to all the attack sites?
Most of the ones that are in the area.
So there's, as I said, the two to the south. Two to the southwest by the marketplace, both in residential areas. But as you head back up north, as you're coming back around where that main explosion was, you will see Greet and Shade each heading out, going their own way. Yeah. Each site, it's the same thing. Lots of rubble, big crater, but that's all you're really able to ascertain at the sites.
Well, that would probably take me time going from each one, so. Yeah. Right there. One up there. And you put the big one down here. And I guess it's also asking, articles in those specific areas to see what they saw, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, you can ask around. Roll me investigation.
Dirty 20.
Odds or evens?
What?
Most of it's just people going, I heard the screaming, and then all of a sudden there was fire everywhere. Everything was burning, everything was so loud. People don't really seem to have noticed anything different. Just what just what everyone else had already
Each
noticed.
location's usually pretty busy for. I'm guessing.
Yeah. Well, the residential area, obviously, you've got a lot of people that live there. And the other two places were either side of the marketplace, so most of them were doing their business. They were either shopping or selling. Maybe they were at a stall, they were working a stall or something, when all of a sudden just something went off just over the way, and yeah, there was chaos everywhere. You'd note that so obviously the first one went off. The second one didn't go off until well after you guys were underground. So, and the next ones went off in quick succession to each other. So as people were sort of like running past the areas, like running away from where the first one was, they ran into those areas, and then each one just sort of sort of thing.
Okay. Yeah, no, that would take time. So.
Great.
Yep.
You're heading down to the town hall.
Well, the guard captain.
The guard captains, yes, sorry.
Yes.
Guard hall. Yeah. You head in.
A lot less busy today.
A lot less busy today. A lot more paperwork today. You can see Caldera sitting behind a desk, just writing, filling out forms, filling out reports. He looks annoyed. Yeah, he looks like he's been there probably all night.
I had a teacher like you. Never liked paperwork, but always made sure it was done.
I haven't had this much paperwork since my last stint as a guard captain. But that was elsewhere. It was a long way away from here.
Other than Mandel just gesture to the inbox, because I'm assuming that's the larger one still at the moment.
Yeah, it's stacked about this tall. Just
Yeah.
on his desk.
Other than, how have you been?
Run off my feet. But I do have something. Zavella! And he sort of shouts back to somewhere at the back. You see this old elf slowly coming out. Yes? What's up?
Greetings.
Greet. This is Zavella. She is a cleric. She works with everyone. She would be a good person to get to know if you wanted to help out some of the less fortunate people.
Pleasure to meet you. Perhaps we can find somewhere to talk. Beats the hell out of the paperwork and the fees they were expecting me to.
And she'll gesture for you to follow her back down the hallway. Jade,
That's me.
you head up. You make it to the Royal Captain's headquarters. You are stopped at the checkpoint.
Mhm.
The checkpoint between the High District and the Medium the Middle District is very intense at the moment, and they're stopping you. What is your business here? What are you doing here?
I'll pull out a token.
What is this?
I'm here at official business.
He looks at it. What does he want?
Do I know whether or not I actually have to divulge that kind of information? It's confidential. It's relating to the explosions. We're investigating a private matter.
Fine, but be quick. He'll throw it back to you and let you through.
Alright, I'll power walk.
And you manage to make your way through. Once you're in, they don't seem to really pay attention to you.
Okay, I'm looking around. Snooping around.
But
I'll go
yeah,
to the guardhouse first.
you manage to make it to the royal guardhouse, and can I help you?
Yes, I'm inquiring about the presence of one Tim Bradford, I believe.
You mean Brockford?
That's right.
Right. I'll get it. Tim! And,
David boy.
and you know, this kind of short, really skinny looking dude
Mhm.
manages to, what's the word? Sort of creeped out. Very very timid looking.
Okay.
Yeah, yes.
Do you have somewhere private where we could talk?
We could go over there.
I will head over there.
Sort of
To wherever he motions.
take
to.
you across to the side. It's a bit further away from everywhere. It's not really private, but it's like
It's away from
it's
the
kind of
album.
as away as he's gonna get. Yes.
Sir, I need to ask you about a cart that was
Ah,
let
yes.
in
yes.
past the gates.
They're not
I think you
gonna
know
let
which
me.
one I'm referring to.
They're not gonna let me work on that ever again.
What do you mean?
I let in the cart that blew up.
Okay. Tell me about what happened on that day, if you'd be so kind.
It looked normal. It looked completely fine. There was, there was weapons, and there was, like, shields and a couple of anvils. Normal-looking things. They said they were merchants, like weapon merchants. I looked at the symbol on the side. I thought they were telling the truth. It looked real enough, and the paperwork seemed fine.
Do you have any of that paperwork by any chance?
No, I returned it to them. It's their property.
Hmm. You don't make copies of that or anything, do you?
No. As long as they've got it when inspections come around, the people don't really care.
Okay. Was there any other guard working with you that day who was also looking at the carts?
Oh, you mean, Jackson? Yeah. But he didn't inspect this one. I inspected this one.
Does he usually stand back for the inspections?
Well, we split the work. He'll check one card, I'll check another card. It's
Okay.
faster.
Okay. Was this cart overfilled on the inside? Or was it fairly barren? How much would you say was filled up?
It was pretty full, but there was a bunch of anvils in the middle.
A bunch of anvils in the middle.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then swords in crates along the back. Shields to the side.
Okay, the Royal Guard is, from my understanding, conducting an investigation into this explosion. Do you know if any of those items have been recovered from the site? Or from any of the sites?
Yeah. Bunch of swords and shields were collected initially.
What about the anvils? I would think that out of all the items on there, those would resist the explosion the most.
I'm not sure.
Okay. Is this Jackson fellow around here?
No, he's it's his day off today.
Okay. When he comes by, when do you expect him to come by, actually?
Definitely not today. Probably tomorrow.
Okay.
Maybe the day after. It depends. I'm not really sure. They rotate where we work, but we don't always work with the same people, so we never know.
Okay. You've been a terrific help. I would ask that you don't tell Jackson that I was here.
Oh, okay.
I may come back tomorrow in that case.
Okay.
Can I also, at this point, while I'm having this conversation, before I leave, roll any sort of insight check to see if he's been telling what looks like the truth? Is his body language consistent with what he's trying to tell me? Does it look like he's trying to hide something? Is he sweating a lot?
You can roll insight.
Okay. 13 insight.
Seems to be telling the truth.
Okay, I'll head back then.
You make your way back. They let you out much quicker than they let you in.
Okay.
Almost feel the boot.
Yeah.
Just behind your arm.
Okay, I'll head back.
Yeah. Koichi, what are you up to? You've gone around, you've searched these places. You haven't really found much. You haven't found anything new.
I would like to head back to Susie's house, if possible.
You'll pass you'll pass a blacksmith's
Mm-hmm.
on the way. You'll see people digging the building out.
Okay.
What are you looking for?
Well, I can get back to that after Koichi's.
To the guild hall after doing all that.
You head in. It's chaotic. Roll me perception. Yeah, you managed to spot a hydrogen sort of loitering around. Yeah. Is there anything in particular you want to do while you're here?
I find someone to talk to about the science. Explain. Didn't find anything at all.
I'll let you keep that. And even with perception of 25, you still don't notice as Ashduck. Hello. How are you? I heard that. You still wouldn't. 100%. He just pops up behind you and goes.
Sure way to sneak up on people like that. But
Efficient for getting through the crowd. How can I help?
So just went around to all the explosive sites, but talking to see if anyone noticed anything. But don't seem to. Everyone seemed to be clueless about it.
It's about right in this city, yes.
Really doesn't help my investigation.
Indeed. You're looking for something much more personal, aren't you?
Something like that.
Follow the path. Follow this investigation as it naturally flows. With a bit of luck, you'll find what you're looking for. Or at least a starting.
Right.
I don't know much about your situation, but given the way I've seen you react to this case, I feel confident in telling you that following this will eventually lead you somewhere. And he'll... Actually... Let's see if we can do this. And in front of your eyes, he's just not there.
I mean, you could technically say if you saw that.
Do you want to see if you notice how he fucked off?
You're there.
No.
Just
With a
you,
four,
you
with,
blinked and he was gone.
with a 4 on the dice, I see nothing.
No.
Perception is not my strongest suit. Good at avoiding being seen, not at seeing things.
Well, not by the Royal Guard, you're not.
Apparently not.
Great.
Yes.
Isabella takes you out the back and she goes,
See.
so what's your deal?
I was studying to be a healer at a university, found it wasn't hands-on enough, so got arranged to get sent to a plane where I would apparently be of help, only to arrive in a place where there's a class system that limits who I can heal.
Yeah, well. Rules are made to be broken, right?
Age couldn't be restricted.
I agree. And she takes you through a door as you're walking. It looks like a regular office.
Like last night, I am certain that if it wasn't a state of panic, I'd have been restricted from healing certain people. Probably not in that guardhouse, but out on the street, most definitely.
Mm-hmm. Especially if the Royal Guard saw you. Which is why I'm very thankful that today they're not down here. And she'll walk back out of the office. Come on.
They'll follow her back out. I'm assuming.
You are not in the guardhouse anymore. You walk outside. And you are in the farthest back corner of the lower district. This is where those who are despised can come for fair treatment. No questions asked. And I mean none.
That's the work I want to be doing.
Very well. Why don't you stay here for the day? I'll check in every now and then. Just see how you're handling it, and we'll go from there.
I'm assuming there's a fully stocked herb cupboard. Mine got mostly depleted last night.
Anything you need, you will have available to you in there.
And I'll nod and go.
And she will also head back in. And then she will head out again. Back to the other side.
Yep.
And then she'll peek in. Oh. Just think where you want to be for each. And then she'll close the door again. Three of you. Now, you two are at the Adventurers Guild Shade. You have walked past Susie's blacksmith that's being torn down and ripped out of the ground.
Yeah, what I wanted to do was just out of just Shade's own curiosity, if it's possible and not something that would take a long time, is to investigate the what is it called? The four things that were gone. My brain is widely carried. You drop it on him. What's the
The anvil.
anvil? Yes. I forgot the word for it. Doesn't that ever happen to you?
It does, because genuinely I was confused going, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, okay, no.
Yes.
So you had an anvil in there, obviously, it's a blacksmith. And I just was thinking, okay, I just want to inspect it, just for the sake of, like, if it can be inspected, if it's even there still.
Magic and
It's
it's vanished.
not there.
Not there.
There is no sign that an anvil ever existed.
What? No, okay, alright.
So not only did you forget this one,
I've forgotten it out of existence. Okay. I'll keep that in mind as I head all the way back to the inn where I was originally.
The inn or the Adventurers Guild?
I'll walk past the inn and maybe head to the Adventurers Guild. I'll look out for the others.
And yeah, you head back into the Adventurers Guild, and yeah, these two are there. Yeah, just waiting around at the moment.
Okay, I'll walk up to them and I'll divulge the information I've just learned after heading to the Royal Guard's place. There's another person. What was the name? Jackson, did you say?
Jackson.
Jackson. Another Royal Guard who was on duty at the time named Jackson. Decided not to investigate the cart. May know more. The person that I talked to, this Bricklebrack, whatever his name is.
Oh my god.
He didn't seem to know all that much. He
just so you know, our character, I'm gonna call him that.
He didn't seem to know much. He investigated the inside of the carriage. Didn't seem to notice anything suspicious, except for the fact that there were apparently 4 anvils on that cart. They haven't been recovered. They're gone. I stopped by Susie's place. No sign of an anvil there either, for whatever reason. Don't know if they're related.
Brickleback.
I have a feeling that may be a key to our
You mentioned
search.
any manners.
I'm curious if there's any anvil makers in these parts that we could question a little bit more. I will also probably head back to the Royal Guard tomorrow to interrogate Jackson further. Or, not further, but like at all. Those are my thoughts and plans at the moment.
Fair enough. What do you want to do about going out and investigating that attack site that's outside the city?
Well, we can do that now if you think there's a good reason to be hasty about it, or we can wait till tomorrow and
I
investigate.
feel like we need a healer.
We can look around for a healer.
We're in the Adventurers Guild. Picking up a healer should be fine.
Where is that other fellow that was with us earlier?
Not to mention, I thought Greek was going to be coming back and going out with us.
Unknown. You guys don't know. Greet's gone. Greet
There's a
hasn't come
person
back.
you could ask for Greet's location, but
Well, while we wait for Greed, I think I'll. If we're not heading out immediately, I'll have a look around and ask.
to Brickleback.
I did talk to Brickleback already.
All of
But I
you,
wanna know
roll
if
me,
anybody-
roll my perception again. All of you.
Oh, natural 20, baby! I see everything.
For a total of.
For a total of. Oh my god, 23.
9.
You just see it.
21.
You don't. You see Ashton creeping up on everybody again. Moving quite quickly.
Okay, I will not spoil his location. I will let him do the trick.
He locks eyes with you. He acknowledges you. Now, it has come to my attention. I don't believe Greet will be joining you folks.
I see.
Greet has got some other work that needs to be done. So I do believe, for now, until Sprout is available again, the three of you are on your own.
I have a question while you're here that you may or may not know the answer to.
Mhm.
If I wanted to get an anvil made, where would I go?
If we want to get an anvil made, that's...
I can't imagine there's too many people who specialize in that kind of work.
What was Tim's actual last name again?
Brockford. Not
I mean-
Bricklebrack. We'll take it.
every time you said Brickleback, I felt myself physically losing points of intelligence.
God, what was I saying now? If you wanted to get an anvil done, there's a few smelteries that just make them from a mold. There's one here in the city. I believe there's 2 in the arena city and 1 in the northeast city.
Okay. I'll write them all down. Thank you for your help.
You know,
Greek is unavailable for this interview. If only he was here.
You want to go back and ask?
If he was here, he could help us out with Tom Branston or whatever. But
yes. Unfortunately,
as well.
he is indisposed at this moment.
who Greet or Terry Bradley?
Well, probably getting drunk.
Both. Both.
Rumors that he's being called Brickleback.
Terry's on a different continent.
Here with Joe.
No, 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 no. He's guarding a tavern.
Okay, I'm heading to the smeltery. The one in this city.
Very well.
Well, until we have a reasonable group to go that far out of town, I don't feel comfortable, given that it's the wilds.
Like you said, we either need Greet or another healer to probably come with us.
I hitchhiked my way into the city, so it's fine.
Oh. You're all heading out. You're all heading out together.
Well, he's going to a smeltery.
He's going to smeltery.
I'm investigating
You
animals,
too.
baby. I want to see what if somebody got a bribe to make some or something.
Just walk away to make sure he doesn't forget.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna... I don't know.
I'm glamorous at the bottom.
Just trying to think what I can do right now.
We should order some royal guards.
No. Hydrogen's pushed his luck with the royal guards.
Are you sure they might be helpful to you?
We might have some more information
You could take
that
one.
only you can get.
You could take one of these, and I'll show the tokens that I have. In fact, I'll give you. I have a bunch of these tokens, and they seem like they give them back. So I'll hand each of you a
They might
token.
not get it.
I will take the token, but at the same time, I'm still not going down there.
Probably just good to have. Just be like, hey, let me in. How many of those tokens are there actually? I know you said he just gave me a bunch, but
It's about 8.
8 tokens. Okay, so if I give 2 away, then I have 6 remaining.
I'm gonna head down into the slums and wander around, I guess. Talking to people. Seeing what information I can glean down there.
Well, it helps with them apparently believing that that's where you live. So
And that is what we're going to call it for the night.
Wow. Thank you, Malachi, for DMing.
No worries. Thank you all for joining me. But yes, it is late.
It is.
It is that time.
And I need to go get food.
As do I.
Do I?
As do I. I've got an order sitting on my phone just waiting to go.
Fair enough.
If they can let me order from there now.
But before we head off, once again, thank you to our artists for the lovely map and the new art.
Very much so. Very much so. Missed it. Sad. Sorry, chick. Yeah. But don't worry. Unlike last week, we didn't fuck up and we're actually saving the VOD. So, you will also have this week, Friday and next Monday, we will be doing reruns of this session. I didn't delete it. Okay? I want to be very clear on this. The default says don't save automatically. I didn't delete it. Twitch.
We just didn't save it actively.
It's like it was an accident. It's a simple case of like I haven't made an account on Twitch in 5 years. So all of a sudden, forgetting what the defaults are, I made a mistake and we lost an episode. Shit happens. But we have got to recap the stuff. But yes, there will be recaps, as I said, Friday and Monday. And if you are watching one of the recaps, welcome. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for staying. Thank you for watching it all. We appreciate you.
Please follow and subscribe.
Well, we just follow at the moment.
Join us next time. We find out who Brindleback is.
Bricklebrack.
It keeps it evolving.
I hate it so much. No. I didn't record it. It was streamed on Twitch, but Twitch doesn't automatically save it unless you ask it to. But yes. Anyway,
What's up, Chuck?
thank you all. Chick, you can kill Bob later. Thank you all for joining us. We appreciate you all greatly, and we will see you for the next episode next week. Goodbye.
Bye.